Good morning, everyone. Hope this finds us well. We thank God for the fact that He has given us the gift of life, that I and you, we are alive. By names of Agaba Benson, a field electrical technician. Generally, I do electrical and electronics part in repair and maintenance. We do certificates, paperwork for Umeme, EDCL, and some other companies. We do house wiring. We offer the best service. We rectify power in case a circuit has gotten a fault. We are always in position to support and rectify the power. Today we have come to learn about the digital wireman, the fast and secure way of getting a wiring certificate online. It has always been a challenge to wiremen that are certified but have all met a challenge for accessing the digital wireman. Here I am today that we are going to share. This is how the screen looks alike. As we are going to begin with, you will go to Play Store and download the digital wireman. It will come, it consumes almost 9.8 MBs. Then you download, then when you click on open, it will have to bring you this screen. Let's get started. When you click get started, it gives you a place where you are encouraged to sign in, to input in your credentials. And here are your credentials. I'm going to use mine that are kind of hid. Then we'll see how to make it. Yes. Then after putting in your credentials, here for the username stroke phone number, you are instructed to use your current phone number that is on the permit. But before you go on sign in, as a new wireman, you will have to first sign up as a wireman. It is indicated here below the sign in. You have to click the sign up as a wireman. Then as you click the sign up wireman, it will display you a screen that has these procedures that are needed. One, it will request you the last 4 digits of your permit number. The last 4 digits of your permit number, there are these 4 digits that come after a C, L, or D stroke. The other 4 digits, they are the ones that you input here. Then after inputting them in, you click on permit class. You select your permit class, assuming it's a D. You select the year you got it. The year is also on your permit number, where it begins with CLD stroke 0 some year, then stroke the gundi, the last 4 digits. So if it is 216 to 14 to 12, you see it is from 2014 to 2022. Assuming it's a current one, 2021, you click in it. Then phone number as username. You have to input the phone number that is on your permit, that permit that you are given, the phone number that is there for easy identification. Then you input in your full names. Then here you have to input in your email address that is on the permit. We have to be keen over these things because they are more essential. You have to use the email address that is on your permit. Then for the password should have in a unique initial, assuming it's an H. You can either decide to put an H, then you put a uppercase letter, then you put in a small letter of any name that you can't forget, then put in at least a number. Your password can look like this, short, precise, and nice. Then after writing it up, you again confirm it down. Then here, OTP option, it is a must. You have to click in it and then click on use OTP. Then after this, when you sign up, they will send a code to the number that you have used up, whereby that number you will go and pick the code, input in, then they will show you that you have successfully created an account as a wireman. Yes, assuming that we have all gotten to this point. Now let's go here. Then we sign in. After getting the other number, you input in the password the same, then you click the sign in. Just wait as it loads. It will load for a while. It is saying error combination. I think I've made a mistake in my password. Benson Agaba. Yes, it's an error. You can correct it. It is loading. When it is on 30, it will give this screen of authentication to verify that you are the owner of the account. Here are the procedure. You will go to the phone number that you use. There you will find in a digit. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 digits. Then you input them in. Then after you will click on authenticate, assuring that you're approving that account to open up. Then you get use of it. Then it will load. You have to make sure that you have enough data to do this process. Then this is how the digital wireman looks alike. The way of generating a wiring certificate online. It will always show you the new certificate. It will always show you the unused certificate. It will always show you the used certificate. It will always show you your profile. It will always show you change password in case there's someone else who knows your password and you aren't sure where that person is good to use your account. That's one. Then it also gives you statistics, the wiring certificates that you have used so far. Our main concern is on the new certificate. We click on the new certificate. It again loads. After loading, it will come with this screen. We shall read word by word. Digital notification of completion of installation work. Important notice. Please note that this digital wiring certificate must be generated at the customer premises after wiring the premise. Certificates generated away from the premise will be flagged, and this may lead to your account being suspended or completely blocked. This means to us that before you generate a wiring certificate for a client, you have to make sure the wiring is done. The main essential things for wiring is always one. Is the load cable the right size? Is the meter box mounted well? Is the earth wire done well? Most of the times we prefer using a mega tester. You first test the earthing. Is it giving the real value that's necessary for earthing? Then get inside the house. How is the main switch mounted? Is it well terminated? Do you see any fault? Then those are things you should verify first before generate a wiring certificate. Then after generating a wiring set, observing all those, you come to this. We start now inputting in. The first thing is one, customer details. On this page, you have to input in the customer details. One, it will give you the customer type. The types are always in two. Is it a company or an individual? Most of us, we prefer using individual because you're always requesting power for a final consumer called our customer. So we shall definitely use individual. Then we continue. You put in the surname. Let's assume the surname is Mr. Agawa Benson. I will continue. Then the surname will be Agawa. The next name will be Benson. You continue. If he has another name, you can put it in. Then customer phone number. This is the number of the customer that you should put here. Let's assume it's this 92169. Then here you have to input in the customer name. That one is good on the identity card of the customer. Let's assume it is this CM blah 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 8. You input in. Then you continue. They're saying customer's nearest Umeme office. For here, there are a variety of offices. We have Bombo, we have Bushenyi, we have Fort Potro, we have Gulu, we have Hoima, Bandai, Ganga. For our case, let us use Tororo, our office Tororo. A type of installation. Now we are going to details of installation. The most keen place. One, type of installation. There are always more options. We have agriculture, commercial, domestic, industrial, other and public lighting. For public lighting, in case you want to install these lights, street lights, you can use that. For industry, if it is a 3-phase Gundi, you can click that option. But mainly for us, we are always looking for domestic. If it is industrial, well, let's use industry for the sake of today. Then you will skip this other type of installation because there is nothing. I think in your observation, you are keen about the words that have the star. Let's call it a star. Above the word. Those are the key points that you should fill in. Then we continue to, they are all received in a light green color. You go to the supply voltage. Is it an 11 kV? Is it 240? Is it 33? Is it 415? But for our case, since we are doing industry has to have 415 due to the 3-phase 4-wire. We balance it that way. Then we continue. These other ones can be skipped. If in kilowatt any, if you don't have, just skip. Then we go to phases. Phases, it has options. It is single phase or 3 phase. Since it is a commercial uses a 3 phase, so we shall click 3 phase. Then here they are asking number of plug points, 13 amperes. In your installation, that's why digital wireman, you should be able to analyze the kind of the sockets you have used in. Mostly we use 13, that is common to Gundi for hours and other months. So if they are for industrial, they have to almost be like 8 and above. For 15, you can have for your machines, you can put like there are 5. For 20, let's assume we don't have. Now we go to the earth impedance. Earth impedance, when you use a mega tester for a 3 phase, it should give you 1 or less than 1. But me, I will always prefer 0.8, 0.9, 1 being the maximum. So we give it a 1. Or let's use a 0.9. That is a bit fair for us all. Then here they're saying number of fixed appliances. Fixed appliances meaning there are those machines that are always in full time, whereby we shall have them, the fixed number of fixed appliances being, let's assume there are 5. They're just assuming for now. Then you can decide to write the fixed appliance type. Is it a percolator? Is it an industrial motor? Is it a blender? Such things. Then for the total capacity, I will share to you a video on how to calculate the total capacity. But for the one that I did, it will give us 16.65, whereby you will have to get this number of plug points that you have, the 13, you multiply by 8 to get the current. You have the current and you have the voltage. So that means that the total current will be equal to the total power divided by 1,000. You will get the number in kilowatts per hour. Then you will come and input them here. Then number of lighting points. How many lights would you wish to have? For an industrial, and you should have good number of lighting points. Let's assume there are 10. Then the load, you will get that 10. You multiply by the values that you want to get. Then you divide. You will get the actual number of loads. For us here, my calculation gave me 8. We continue now to the network details. This is another most essential thing that you should be keen about, you as a digital wireman. 1, you should be able to estimate the meters that are there from the pole to the meter box of your client. Here, Umeme gives a maximum of 30 or 35, depending on the position of the line, but the maximum is 35. So for you, you have to estimate being less than that. Let's assume it is a place, since it is 3 phase, we shall actually do 25 meters. Let's assume it's 25. Then the next point is nearest pole coordinates. Tap refresh button to get coordinates. This one is automatically generated. You have to stand on the pole, on the service pole below it. Then you click this green icon that is a bit showing us in moving clockwise direction. When you place in it, it will automatically generate the coordinates of the position that you are standing in. You have to make sure that you are standing on the pole. Assuming I'm on the pole, I've clicked. It has given me these details. Then they again request you point of earthing coordinates. Tap button to flash. Here you have to go below your meter box, assuming that that's where we did from our earthing. The earth pit point where you have decided to put your earth pit. So you will definitely also click in that to give you different coordinates. Assuming I'm at the position, I've clicked, it has given me different. You see, they are different. I've moved at a certain distance and I've given me a different coordinates. Then after there, we continue to the premise details. Here they are saying estimated distance from the nearest TX. The TX, it is this transformer line, the 3-phase circuits. Where is the transformer? You can assume many of them are always close. If it is close to you, 200 to Gundi, it's better you put 200 to 300. Then premise description, they are asking, is it a commercial, a farm, a house, an industrial, others. Since it is 3-phase, that is an industrial, do industrial. Existing supply. At your premise, is there a single phase, 3-phase, overhead lines, underground? So which of which? For our case, it is 3-phase, since we are doing the commercial. Then new supply, is it overhead, single phase, 3-phase, underground? It has to be 3-phase because it's the one that we are going to tap on feeding our premises. Then here they are also asking the type of work. One, we have addition. If you're trying to add some power to your premise. Alteration, just in case you want this for a small period, then later transfer it to something else. There is also complete rewire. In case you want to do some work on the premise like welding your walls, you can request for a complete rewire, then they give. If it is an installation, you are done with wiring, everything is done, you click the new installation. If it is partial rewire, you having just a meter box and nothing, you want to do some stuff outside, that is rewiring. Split accessing, for our case it is a new installation. Then way leaves from neighbors. Way leave, it is an assurance and a form that is signed by both where power is coming from to the premise. Are those people in position to give you that place for you to cross your wires? If they are, then that means the way leave is not needed. We click the not needed. Then the location details, you have to click in your district. I'm assuming we are in, that is Tororo. I'm assuming that we are in Tororo. So you can use any district that you wish to, that you are comfortable with, that you're in generating your wiring certificate from. I'm in Tororo. My premise, the district will be Tororo. It will be Tororo municipality as my county. You can use any, like anywhere you want, the Tororo Eastern. Then you fill in plus the villages, the other Gundi, and all. As it loads, continue. Then you have to be keen about it. Then it will continue to give you. It will continue to give you this, the parish, the town, and this. Then there is another thing that we should be keen about. Notice to the licensed installation permit holders. Umeme is not liable for any consequences arising out of workmanship and materials used in electrical installation. Reserves the right to provide a connection and is not liable for delays arising out of the electrical installation work. False declaration and stroke or failed installation inspecting stroke testing will result in a report to electricity regulatory authority, which can apply sanctions including cancellation of installation permit or prosecution. Your declaration implies that you have read and understood the terms of electricity primary grid code regulation 2003, electricity installation permits regulation 2018, and electricity safety code of 2020, including being legally liable for any substandard work or damages arising out of your electrical installation work. Here they're opening to you something that is so essential for us to understand and to know. You should understand that you are not allowed to, any cancellation of that permit will result in the decline of your permit. Then they continue. After feeding all the details, you will submit. When you finish submitting, it will generate you a wiring certificate that looks like this. Let me show you that the ones that I've been able to use. It will give you something looking like this. When you have submitted everything, it will show the details. Then your customer will get a certificate number, and also you, the technician, you will get your certificate number being here at the right corner, at the left corner of certificate. Here on status, it is showing all certificate number, customer name, NIN, and phone number. Then you will have finished generating the wiring certificate for your customer. Then in our next video, we shall see how to open up an account with Umeme and apply for your customer using your phone. These things are nowadays digital. We no longer have a struggle of one getting to office and desiring to do all these things. Make sure that after generating this, you are in position to sign out your account so that nobody else can use this account without your consent. We shall get back to our screen, the digital wireman. So, beloved viewers, thank you for being part of today's study that we have been doing and learning the digital wireman, the fast and secure way of generating a wiring certificate online. See you in more videos to come, as we shall be learning more videos on how to also apply for your customer. These things can also be done. The one for applying for a customer, it can also be done by a customer. A customer can also apply for yourself, because what is needed nowadays mostly is just a sketch map and your photocopy of your national ID. Then we get that of this. Thank you for being part of us. Thank you for watching, I wish you the best of your day and all that we can. See you in more videos to come. Please subscribe and